if you start to allow your experience, yeah, absolutely. That fear, I understand that fear. I was always terrified of going psychotic, going mad. I was going to say that was my other fear, is going mad. I think these are very, very deep fears for all of humanity. If I allow this experience, I'll go mad, I'll die, I'll lose myself, or the feeling will stick forever. And all I can say is go very, very, very slowly. Don't push yourself. If in any moment you feel really uncomfortable, you reach your own limit, you don't feel like you want to go any further, if you start to feel too overwhelmed, please don't make anything I'm saying into a should. Don't turn it into a should. Don't say, well, Jeff says I should stay present. Please don't make it into a should. At any point, please, and this is going to sound really strange after everything I've said, right? Please distract yourself if you need to. I don't even want to make distraction into something wrong. Please, if it becomes too much for you, this work, you can congratulate yourself that you've gone so far, and please distract yourself. Go and do something else. Go and do something that's enjoyable to you. Play a piece of music. Go out for a walk. And then when you feel ready, come back, and maybe just, as I was saying before, maybe just invite yourself to stay one more moment with the material. And I can assure you from my own experience, you won't go mad. You won't die. You won't be sucked into an eternal void. There is no such thing, only in the mind. These are all fears of the mind. These are all fears of the mind. And if you really start to look, these are all fears of the future. So it's always, I will go mad, or I will die, or I will be sucked into the void. They're all actually, when you really start to pay attention, these are future scenes. These are future scenes. We've already, when we're gone into that fear, we've already gone into the future. I'm about to go mad. I'm about to go psychotic. I'm about to die. That was always my fear. It's like, one more moment and I'll be dead. One more moment and I'll be psychotic. One more moment and I'll be in the void. And then what would happen, of course, is that I would notice that I've gone into my mind, and I would check my experience. But wait a second, in this moment, I'm here. I'm alive. In this moment, I'm breathing. In this moment, I can feel my feet on the ground. In this moment, yes, this is intense, but I'm alive. In this moment, I haven't gone mad. In this moment, I haven't been sucked into the void. You could keep checking your present experience. That's what I'll say for now. We're going to go a little bit more into our deepest wounds, into trauma, from this non-dual perspective. We'll go into that in future broadcasts. But for now, I really want to assure you that you're not going to go mad. I also want to assure you that, and this really helped me realizing this, was as long as I was afraid of going mad, I hadn't gone mad. As long as I was afraid that I was going mad, I was completely sane. It's sanity. It is sanity that fears going mad. If you truly were going mad, or if you truly had gone mad, you wouldn't be afraid of going mad. So it's your sanity, it's your clarity that fears going mad. So as long as you're afraid that you're going mad, you're completely sane, believe me. And I know it sounds funny, but that helped me so much, because that was my deepest fear as well. I'm going mad. I'm going completely insane. I'm going completely insane. It was like a mantra in the mind. This voice in my mind, you're going mad. You're going to die. You're going to the void. Blah, 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 blah. I started to notice that actually that is just the mind. That's the voice of trauma. That's the voice of the mind. That's the voice of fear. And then what I started to realize, and this really helped me as well, and I'll share this with you, that the mind, even that, you know, the mind was only trying to help. The mind was only trying to help. It's like, you know, in every great myth, in every great story, in every great hero's journey, there's a moment where the hero or the heroine reaches like a bridge, you know, and there's like a sign that says, "Do not cross. Thou shalt not pass." And there's a gatekeeper there, like there's a dragon, a monster, a gargoyle, a dwarf, some kind of ghost or I don't know, creature, some huge warrior. And the voice of that gatekeeper is something along the lines of, "Stop, don't go any further. If you go any further, you're going to die. If you go any further, I'm going to kill you. If you go any further, you will fall off that bridge. Turn around, go home. It's not safe." That's the voice of trauma. Now, the thing is, in every great story, in every great hero's journey, in every great myth, in the myths that we still tell our children, there is no scene where the hero or the heroine meets the gatekeeper, "Thou shalt not pass," and they go, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm going home." And they just run home. Those stories are not interesting. They don't last. We don't tell those stories because they're not, in the deepest sense, they're not human stories. They don't speak to our deepest humanity. What speaks to our deepest humanity are stories where the hero or the heroine faces their fear, faces their deepest pain, faces a really, 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 really uncomfortable moment, and they take a step towards. They don't run away. You know, and in these myths, then there's some kind of scene where they, you know, the hero fights the dragon, or they fight the gatekeeper, or they answer some riddle. But eventually, in every great story, in the stories we still tell, and the stories we'll tell for thousands of years in the future, in the stories that last, that gatekeeper, that voice of fear, that warning, that voice of warning, doesn't stop the hero. The hero hears the warning and just keeps taking those steps, you know, and they cross the bridge, they cross the chasm, and they keep going on their journey to healing. It was always safe. It was always safe. And from a wider perspective, that gatekeeper was not actually an enemy. That gatekeeper was not actually an enemy. They were not ever actually going to stop you. What they were really doing was testing you. Hey, like, is this really your path? That's all the gatekeeper is really asking. All the gatekeeper is really asking is, hey, is this really your path? Is this really what you want? This healing, this presence, this end of self-abandonment, this ending the inner war, is this really your path? So you will encounter gatekeepers on the journey, and they're only trying to protect you. They're only trying to test you, just to make sure this is what you really want. You're always free to walk away, to come back tomorrow. The gatekeeper will still be there. Deep down, they are your friends. They may appear to be your enemy. They're actually your friends. So what's the gatekeeper is the voice in the mind that says, take no step forwards. You're going to die. You're going to go mad. You're going to be sucked into the void. You're going to fall into the chasm. So we all have those voices in our head. They're ancestral voices. In the end, it's not even your voice. So what you can do is just be aware of those voices. That's it. It is all about awareness. The hero and the heroine is awareness. Awareness is the key. To be aware of the voice in the head, the voice that says, stop, don't go any further. It's not safe. You're going mad. You're going to die. Bring awareness to the chatter, the chaos of the mind, the gatekeeper. And say, thank you, mind. I know you're trying to help. I know you're trying to protect me. I know you're afraid. And then you can just gently, as we've been saying over and over, bring your attention back to this moment, which is your absolute safety, the true safety of this moment, even if it feels unsafe. Okay.